What does it mean to have faith? Some treat it like it's a virtue, others view it as a weakness. Think of all the movies you've seen that encourage you to believe in something, even if that thing isn't true. Or how many times have you heard people say that they don't accept anything on faith, they let the evidence guide them? Based upon the way the word is used, it would appear that the appropriate definition for the word is belief in something despite a lack of evidence or even contrary evidence. Faith, therefore, is the opposite of reason, where reason ends, faith begins. Faith has no substance. It's just a lot of positive thinking that makes you feel good. Now, though that might be the most popular use of the word, it is not accurate. If you were to research the origin of the word faith, you would find that it comes from both Latin and Greek. Now, the Latin word literally means to trust, but the Greek is much more descriptive. The Greek includes such meanings as to bind or to hold fast, to persuade, and to obey. So in light of the etymology, here's a more accurate definition for faith. Faith is a trust that comes by persuasion and is inclined to action. An example of this would be any time you took a recommendation from someone. Think of those times when a friend went out and saw a movie and then told you that he thinks you would really enjoy it, so you should go see it. If you went and saw that movie, then you committed an act of faith. You were persuaded by your friend and you trusted him in such a way that you took action. Once you have the correct definition of faith, it becomes clear that faith is not the opposite of reason. In fact, they can be complementary. If faith is a trust that comes by persuasion, then that trust can be rational or irrational. I used to work at a grocery store where employees would occasionally like to pull pranks on new hires. And one of those pranks was to try to get courtesy clerks to mop the freezer. And I was told that on one occasion, someone actually did mop the freezer. Now, that courtesy clerk put her faith in the person who tricked her. Unfortunately, though, it was an irrational faith. She should have thought about how water turns to ice when it freezes, and the fact that the freezer is used to store ice should have been a giveaway. The reality is, we exercise faith regularly. In fact, learning itself is an act of faith. Whenever you act upon information you learned from an instructor, you are putting your faith in that instructor. So it's not a matter of faith or reason. You need faith and reason. You use your reason to determine what to put your faith in. You might agree with your instructor and everything he says might make sense, but that doesn't make any difference if you never have the faith to act upon it. I like how C.S. Lewis stated it. Faith is the art of holding on to things your reason has once accepted in spite of your changing moods. I hope this video helps you to become a man or woman of faith and reason.